Welcome to Irvine at Work. I'm Dave Eyrig, and today we're going to meet Troy Broce. Troy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us what you do.
Sure. I'm the Certified Playground Safety Inspector for the City of Irvine. I'm also the Facilities Maintenance Playground Specialist.
Excellent. And what are we going to do today?
I figure I'll take you through a basic day for me. We'll walk around, do some inspections, and fix anything we come across.
Let's go to work.
Sounds good.
Okay, so what's the most important task of your job?
So that would have to be the inspections. I have 53 locations that I inspect, all of them at least once monthly. When I first started, we had one generic inspection form for all playgrounds.
Okay.
And since I became a specialist, I said, let's customize them for each. So we have an accurate detail on whether or not there's 3 slides at this park or a bunch of swings. Some don't have them.
So every park has its own sheet?
Everyone has its own sheet now.
Oh.
So this is the Cypress inspection form.
Okay, great.
First thing on this list is a climbing panel. So you want to get your hands on it. So go ahead and try and be a little rough with it, because
right.
Kids are going to use it. Kids are going to use it.
Oh, geez, that's sturdy.
So yeah, if you can't do anything with it, then chances are a kid's not going to be able to do anything.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
And this is intended for children 5 to 12, so you are actually
in violation.
You're in violation. But you can see visual inspection of all the bolts, all the nuts, everything is there. We're not missing anything, right?
Okay.
So this is good.
Nice.
So what I do next is basically I check it off, write it down, and then we move on.
And what do we check on the swings?
So on the swings, you're always going to want to look for basically obvious things first. Look for worn out seats. If there's metal exposed, check to make sure the rivets are still good. Most of that's really easy and obvious to your eye. The thing you always have to check though are these wear points. So where there's friction and it's consistently rubbing, you want to take a look and make sure that it's not worn so thin that it becomes a hazard.
Okay.
Now see, this is exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So last month it's fine. This month we're getting to where it's a little close.
Oh yeah, no,
so
that's
this
thinner.
is something that could go a while longer. It could still be rubbing, but we take care of it ahead of time so that way nothing happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip this. You gotta hold it so it doesn't fly. There we go. There you go.
Whoa! Now what do we do?
Yeah.
There you go. So now, see, it's clearly back to normal. We're all good. We've got plenty of meat on there. Now it'll last for a while longer, and then good to swing.
Yeah.
I guess that covers us here. Should we go head to the next location?
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, they look weird, but they have a purpose.
Are there any requirements to be able to do this job?
Yeah, when I first applied for it, they told us that within 6 months of getting hired on, you have to have your CPSI, your Certified Playground Safety Inspector test. If you don't, then you're out. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure I get that. I studied for it. It took me about 2 months of studying, and I took the test, passed it, and was certified the day before my interview.
What kind of material is on a test like that?
So it studies usage zones, areas of flow for children, everything you don't really think about, like when a swing is swinging, how much space you need in front of it so that the kid doesn't kick somebody when they go by. There's a lot going on with playgrounds that most people don't think about, especially parents and kids, and that's kind of my job.
All right, let's go find out what these do.
I will show you.
I don't know what this is. What is this used for?
Yeah, I know it looks funny, but we don't normally use these. I keep them on my truck at all times for certain situations. So that's a head probe.
Okay.
So we use this with, why don't you go ahead and grab the other one out of there?
Okay.
That one says
This is a torso probe.
So these two are used in conjunction to basically figure out and find if something presents what we call a head entrapment. They were finding that children weren't necessarily going through with their head first, they were going through with their feet first and getting through places, but then their heads would get caught. What we do is we check to see if the torso probe can go through and the head probe cannot go through, it presents a head entrapment. Wow. So that goes through. If this doesn't go through, then that kid's head could get caught and he could strangle. So because this goes through and that goes through, any kid is gonna just go right through it. This does not present a risk.
Okay, great. So what is next on the list for the day?
I see something right there that needs our attention.
Okay, so to the untrained eye, you're gonna have to share what the issue is here.
No problem. So this platform, the zip line, is set up for kids between the ages of 5 and 12. We have stickers that denote that. But what happens is parents whose kids aren't that age or are too small to get up on their own accord, they come over and they place chairs. You can see here. This chair does not belong here. It's an unsafe, unsturdy platform.
Right.
So if somebody falls off of this, they could get hurt. We always take this, every time we see it, pull it down and put it back where it belongs.
Nice. Troy had no idea how much thought and practice goes into maintaining our playgrounds. Is there anything else you don't like leave for the parents of Irvine?
Don't worry about any of the hazards because that's my job. I'll take care of that. I'll make sure they don't have to worry about that stuff. Just spend time with their kids.
Well, you do a great job of taking the worry out of play. So thank you so much for your work.
Thank you for coming out and assisting me today. I appreciate it.